Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a give right side. It's Carson, and not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey guys, listen. 55, Mark 55.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by J.J. Watt. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There's a hush indeed. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
25 yards that time.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Eluding the pressure right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Shaquill Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware to take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever... And what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Hey, Blitty! Hey! Play out! 41's coming, 41's the mic! Here we go!
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson dancing to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Kill, 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 kill. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Look for signals.
Third and long. It's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 39 yards there. A big one. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson, he finds Hopkins complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. To the air yet again, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
After the sack on 1st down, Watson. His throw incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Carson. Broken tackle. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The throw over the middle, taken in. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Wilson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Kill. Alert 3.
Wilson will throw again. There goes a deep ball. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Josh Gordon, 34 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson forced out to, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jadeveon Clowney able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. He's letting this one go for... It got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Watson. Open man, the tight end fails. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less, as they come up on 2nd and inches.
You got nothing. Mike 5-4. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
To throw is Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. The kick by Fairbairn is good. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw, Watson. This is Miller, complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
From the gun, Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Now it's Watson, flush to his right. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. Third and goal. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been threes.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Carson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Waiting. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Switch, switch.
From the shotgun, Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here comes Carter. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ziggy Ansah in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Watson. Over the middle, it's Fells. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Now Watson throwing on 3rd and long. Buying time to his left. Deshaun Watson so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Watson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Dancing to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
I smell fear in that offense.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now it's Lockett. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
What?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. Wilson eluding the pressure right. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Wilson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4.
Check 55, Mike. All day, all day. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. No, no, no. Off, off, off.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Now Wilson on first down. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, his 2nd sack of the night. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Check 24, check 24.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Myers' kick is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
Well, there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ezekiel Ansah, make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. 23 yards the pickup there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, Watson. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson, he's got his tight end. It's Fells. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Watson now to throw, setting up the screen for Miller. He's got the first down here inside the 30. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Let's go.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Flushed out right. It's complete to Hopkins. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Hey, check, check. Watch tight, tight is right. Watch tight, tight is right. 3 down, 3 down.
Again, it's Watson. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. And Mike's 50. Mike's 50. And I'm go.
2nd down and goal. Watson. It's complete. Stills. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Get that ball.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Got you. I got you, son. I got you, son.
Here's Watson on the sneak. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They come out here in the eye. Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Running for it. Here's Hyde. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Carlos Hyde taking it in. And the Texans push further out in front.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Here's Watson, eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Oh, that's true. You've said that before.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Watch twist. Watch.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
I'm scared. Single, slot. Hey.
Throwing now, Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again is Watson. He's going to look deep, end zone for Hopkins. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. And now the the third down throw incomplete as well.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Check 13.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right. This is caught inside the 15. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And Watson's going to throw it here. Got an open man. It's QT. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To the air yet again, Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Darren Fells there to make the grab. And the Texans push further out in front. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that. But there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've